Live from your mom's bedroom. It's the
Get
Geek
'em.
Show.
What?
That's all I
Okay.
can think of.
All right, that's fine. Listen. Start the show. I just mean listen to the show is what I mean. Start the show. There you go. How is everyone? Oh, look at you.
I'm
all.
just breaking all of Tony's stuff.
Holy moly, I'm not lending you
Rebecca
anything
Frost,
from now
technology
on.
breaker.
She broke.
Frost, She-Hulk.
She broke her microphone, so she's using a gaming headset for this episode. She's Rebecca Frost.
Do you know why I have a habit of breaking technology? It's because my dad was a downwinder, and so our
That's right.
technology doesn't last very long.
That's right. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting that he was a
Technology, technology -5 for
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Answers a lot of questions, really. Every Monday.
does.
Every
What's that
Monday
supposed
I
to
see
mean?
him.
Oh, for him? Yeah, yeah.
Every Monday I see him every Monday, and that answers a lot of questions. So. I love that shirt, Robert.
Thank you.
It's a good
It is,
shirt.
Comic books. Recommended uses: reading, enjoying, creating, selling, trading, discussing, debating, loaning, borrowing. Please do not ban or burn or panic. There's too much reading on that shirt already.
It's all good, though.
Well, kind
It's
of
all good
defeats the
stuff.
purpose.
Yeah. Quad T is here.
Hey, I'm here.
Hi, Tony.
Hey.
Rebecca sounds at least better than I did broadcasting from the middle of nowhere in last week's Geek Show arcade and Geek Show help desk. I sounded like I was in a tin can.
You
Wow.
still recorded from out there?
I
Wow.
did, and it was probably a mistake. But live and learn.
We all get one.
It's okay to take a day or two off, you know?
Yeah, but this
Never
is the
do.
first time
I'm
I
just trying to
had.
live up to your model.
I know. I was trying to be the carry, and I also can't. I have control issues, et cetera, which is also like carry. So.
And you learned all that from me, so yeah. God damn it, Sarah is here.
Yay!
Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm great. How are you, Gary?
All right. That's a lie. That's a lie, actually.
Hanging in there, I think, is the phrase, maybe.
I've been better. But
I'm
anyway.
sorry, Gary.
And this guy, our host.
Our host who's been better, I
Our
guess.
host.
Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Thank
Gary
you.
Jackson.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. Yeah, it's just been a bad week. Just been a bad week.
Why?
We got sound effects for that.
There you go.
What's been going on?
Oh, boy. Almost like we have a radio host here.
Oh, it's stuff I'll tell you about off the air. Anyway, let's begin with the new trailer from... I'm hesitant to call it Beetlejuice. I want to just say Beetlejuice 2.
You're
You don't
afraid
Are
get
to
you
say it.
scared?
Yeah.
Are you
Scared
scared?
or squared?
Third
Yeah.
time might.
I just, anyway. But Warner Brothers gave us another trailer for this. It's available. The movie is September 6th is when it's out. I didn't realize it was that close for some reason. I was thinking it was further away. But we get yet another look into the... now, Tony, have you seen the first one yet?
I haven't yet, but I did partial homework and watched this trailer.
Yay!
It's a start.
Good job, Tony.
That's worth a D at least. Come on.
This trailer at least gives us, it lets us know that it's going to be more of the afterlife is an office situation.
That's hell.
And it turns out I was thrilled because I thought if you don't use the shrunken head guy in the movie, it's a wasted opportunity. Apparently, he's like a co-star. He's going to be
there's a lot of them. Yeah.
throughout the movie, the shrunken head guy. So there you go. But the afterlife is a workplace bureaucracy, and that's what makes it hell. But you get a better look at everybody: Catherine O'Hara, Monica Bellucci, Willem Dafoe, everybody, Winona Ryder, and of course Michael Keaton and Jenna Ortega in the new trailer. So go and watch it, September 6th.
This is one of those like legacy sequels that did a thing that I'm not like super excited about, where Jenna Ortega is talking about her mom Lydia, and a fellow teenager is like, "Your mom is Lydia Dietz. She's a legend. How
Yeah.
do you know? You're a teenager."
Well, legend doesn't require an age.
Yeah, excuse
This
me.
requires Tim Curry and Tom Cruise.
Excuse me. Stupid YouTube shows about ghosts. All right? That's how she knows.
I mean, I don't know. Carl Rove went to my high school, and I wasn't walking around like, oh my god, Carl Rove, he's a legend.
Carl Rove, not a ghost yet. Okay.
Yeah,
Goes,
First
yeah.
of all.
Did you consider that, Rebecca?
Second of all, YouTube shows about ghosts. There are billions of them, and that's how she knows.
Maybe I'll make one.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now, Carrie, you mentioned something, and it made me wonder about another possible missed opportunity here. Because, like, the afterlife is hell. And I'm just kind of like, this is the perfect opportunity to bring back Hell by Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Please. Great song.
What?
There's a song called Hell by the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and if you hear it, you'll know it immediately.
I'm having a stroke.
No, I think Rob's having a stroke.
No.
You smell toast?
He knows.
I smell
All
squirrel
right.
nut zippers. Oh no.
Okay, hang on. You're gonna make me do it, aren't you?
Yep. Let's,
I'm not.
Do what?
this
Demonetize the
generation-
episode? By
Oh,
playing
I
music?
can't.
Music Liz.
I can't demonetize the episode, can I?
We need that 72 cents. There it is.
All right, that's enough.
You're telling me a bunch
Ooh.
of squirrels made that song?
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, not only squirrels, but squirrels from North Carolina, not far from where I grew up.
Squirrel nut zippers.
In the afterlife, you're gonna be headed for some serious strife. Now
Oh my
you
God,
make
Carrie,
this
no,
scene all
stop
day,
singing.
That's
but
demonetized
tomorrow
right
they'll be
there.
held to pay.
Oh, we
Too
lost
good.
all the money.
It's too good. He demonetized it.
Really? Would that do
Yeah.
it?
I don't
I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
under 10 seconds.
I don't know.
Keep going. Let's find out.
Teeth are extruded and bone is ground and baked into cakes which are passed around in the. All
They
right.
put on such a fun show when they were
do.
performing.
Great band. Anyway, also got to look at Dune Prophecy's new trailer.
Oh, did we ever?
Did you watch this one?
I did. I did all my homework this week.
Oh, good for you.
Besides the Beetlejuice movie. And
Says the
Time
big
Bandits.
homework.
I was supposed to watch that too, and I didn't get around to it.
Your
Oh,
homework
that's okay.
assignments. Your homework assignments have been
Yep.
given and you failed.
Yep.
Yeah,
This trailer. Oh yeah.
new Dune Prophecy trailer for the upcoming series about the origins of the Bene Gesserit, set about 10,000 years before the events of Tony's favorite Dune.
10,000 years.
Favorite movie, not favorite book.
Not favorite book. Let's see. According to the press release, Prophecy will follow two Harkonnen sisters as they combat forces that threaten the future of humankind and establish the fabled sect that will become known as the Bene Gesserit.
Lursa and Bator.
Yes, basically, yeah. No release date yet for the series. It'll premiere on HBO and Max sometime in November, it says here. So a TV show based around a sisterhood of child-marrying, sex-obsessed eugenicists.
Is this
so
not
could
House
possibly
of the
go around.
Dragon?
Wait a minute.
House of the Space Dragon, Rebecca.
Oh, my bad.
House of the Space Dragon. I like that.
We lost Sarah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did?
she's got connection issues.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Sarah?
Yeah.
When she
Tell me
gets
about
back
it.
here, I'll drop her in. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Like that.
Yay,
Boom.
Sarah's back.
sorry,
There she
folks.
is.
Some connection issues over
It's
here.
that Oklahoma internet.
It's that Missouri internet, which is equally as bad.
Oh, that's right. You're not in Oklahoma
It's
anymore. I
all the
forgot.
same. It's
all
all
the
the same.
That Midwest
Damn, it was
internet.
That Midwest
comes whipping across the
stink.
plains.
Yeah,
Wait a
it's-
minute. So, Sarah, you lived in Oklahoma for a while.
For 5 months.
When you were there, at any time, did you go to any event where they broke out into the state song?
No.
Because it's
I didn't leave my
Oklahoma.
apartment.
It is Oklahoma by
From the
Rodgers and
musical.
Hammerstein.
Really?
Is it
That's
really?
a state song?
I discovered this.
boy.
My brother went to OSU for college, and went to his graduation. Do you know how scary it is to be in the middle of 10,000 people singing a song at
White
the top of their
people.
lungs?
Make
It's
sure
kind
you
of like,
mention that.
You guys have
just-
never been to Fenway Park when they're singing Sweet Caroline?
Not the same, Rebecca. Not the same.
I don't know. Might be equally terrible.
No, I missed that on
in
the
different-
bucket list.
Just
Thank
in
you,
different
Rob.
ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You just put it in your free space on your bingo card.
Okay, we'll do.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Paul Zanoki. Oh. I know that song because when I was in high school, we did a production of Oklahoma, and I was on the stage crew, so I had to sit through I don't know how many rehearsals.
Oh, no.
Carrie, you were
not
on
the same
stage
Carrie.
crew?
Of course
Oh,
he
yeah.
was.
Of course,
Why
I
am
was.
I know? I don't know why I'm surprised.
Here's the thing about stage crew. All right, everybody made fun of us, but we used it all the time to get out of class. All the time.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
tell me that because my girls are doing stage crew in middle school now.
Then you'll know how to call it.
No.
But you'd get up and you'd say to the teacher, "There's a presentation in the auditorium." There wasn't. No, we'd get in Braden's pickup truck and we'd drive up here to Salt Lake, to Cosmic Aeroplane, to go downstairs to where the punk records were, and then
Yeah.
we'd just sit and buy punk
Stage
records.
crew kids, mad respect. They're
Wait a minute.
tiny gods because
Yes.
they are in charge of everything.
Carrie, you'd get in a pickup truck and drive up to Salt Lake in the middle of a school day. That's like the whole day is shot because
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like back then the highway speed was like 35 miles an hour.
Tony, there was a presentation in the auditorium. I had to be there.
It was an
All day.
emergency.
I had to be there all day. You
I
know.
love it.
Anyway, and the guy and the crew manager had the keys on his belt.
The jangly cheese,
Jangly
the jangly
keys.
keys and gaffer's tape on his belt.
Yep,
That's how you
Yep.
know he's in charge.
That's right.
that's right.
Black t-shirt, black pants.
No, Rush T-shirt. It was my friend Brian
Rush
Huff.
t-shirt.
He would,
Oh my gosh, that is so stereotypical.
yeah,
And
Spent his mind was
accurate.
not for rent.
yes. Oh, Brian's a Trumper now, but anyway.
Oh,
Oh, so it is for
Tiny
rent. Got
gods. Tiny gods.
Tiny gods.
I'm telling you.
There we go. Let's see. Another trailer that we got, and this one. Oh man, look
Ooh,
at
boy.
that poster. I love
it's a
it.
great poster.
The
This
final
was scary.
Alien Romulus trailer is so intense. We're getting ready for San Diego. Oh, thank you, Rob. We're getting ready for San Diego Comic-Con coming up. They're going to do a whole presentation, but they released this trailer before then because they wanted everyone to see it. And I'll tell you, this guy, the director who did
Fede
the,
Alvarez.
yes, who did the Evil Dead movie. Oh man, he's got it figured out. He's like, yes, the big aliens are scary, but you know what's just as maybe more so? The face huggers.
The little
Yes.
babies.
Correct.
Because they're like spiders and they want to face rape you. It just, I mean, there was.
Spider bug. Spider bug. Wants to
Exactly.
just give your face a hug.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But there's a scene in this trailer where somebody it's a profile shot and they're pulling the face hugger off
Oh boy.
of their face. And the ovipositor is just like, you can tell it's like mostly
down
down
there.
and it's coming out and it's just, oh man,
It's
it
like
was
14 inches long as it pulls that. It's just
it was
Had a
so
physical
disturbing.
reaction to that.
So disturbing. I just, I can't wait for it. August 16th.
can't wait for
I
it.
recently rewatched all of the Alien series to prepare for this, so I'm very excited.
Did you watch even
include the AVP?
the prequels as
Sorry, I did not watch EVP. Which are the prequels?
well? Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Yes.
Covenant.
And Covenant.
Yes.
Yeah. So you watch those too. This movie takes
do an alien watch.
this
Yeah.
movie takes place before the original from 1980. 80? Yeah.
Oh, it's
70, no, 70.
79?
before.
Yeah. So this one takes place before that.
Into the four times.
Not
So-
to be confused. Huh?
Well, watching that trailer, it looked like the face huggers were being bred on that station.
Oh.
Because they were coming out of what looked like man-made
Pods.
scientific pods bursting out of there.
Or they just could have been samples, like a, capture
Yeah.
for
Samples,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. It looks crazy though.
Now,
Where's
see,
Paul Reiser?
he got his own comic book, by the way, that explains what
did.
happened to his character. Even though there's a
It was a what
deleted.
if. It was
yeah,
a what if.
there's a what if. There is a deleted scene where Ripley finds Paul Reiser in
Oh,
in Aliens, and he's up against the wall and the whole chest burster thing. But anyway, but now and see, Eric in our chat room is also. It's confusing because we have so many Alien projects that are on their way, including the TV series, which takes place between the first and second movies. See, that's the confusion. So the TV series takes place between the first two movies. This new movie takes place before the original.
Oh, no, correction. Okay.
Is
so
that right?
Romulus takes place in 2142 between the events of Alien and Aliens.
Okay, I got it backwards then.
and the TV show is the prequel?
The TV show is the prequel?
Alien Earth.
Rebecca's fact checking me here.
Um, unknown.
Oh, okay. No, I've got it right here. The TV series takes place before the 1979 original. Okay, so I got it backwards. This movie takes place between the two movies. The TV series takes place before the orial in 79.
What's the TV series airing on what network?
On FX.
FX.
It is,
So Hulu.
yeah. So you're
It'll be on
Hulu.
Hulu.
Nice.
So, but it's Noah Hawley, who is just everything he touches is
Great.
just wonderful.
Gold.
Yeah.
But he announced that we have just wrapped principal photography. We're in post, editing, special effects, all of that. I couldn't be happier with the show that we shot, he says. If people wanted a television series based in the world of Alien, I think I'm going to give them something special, he says. It will be called Alien Earth, is the name of the show. And it takes place between the two, like we've established. I got them backwards. It's easy to do. All the stuff.
There's too many of these goddamn properties.
Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Very excited for that. It's just,
Actually, rewatching the Alien series got me very interested in Brian Doof. Is that his name? Who is
Tony D. Series.
Grima Wormtongue?
oh, Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Sorry, not Doof.
I'm
Dourif.
having a stroke.
I'm having the stroke. It is me now. And
It's community stroke.
it's
Woo!
community stroke.
No, we do not do community stroking here.
That's because
Tony,
you're south of the border.
What?
Oh my god, Tony. Anyways, he was in the Alien with Winona Ryder. That was a little off kilter, I would say, kind of strange. And then that got me going down the rabbit hole of Deadwood and X-Files. And so there's just a lot of branches with this very talented man.
Brad Dourif is.
Dourif, not Doof. I was calling him Doof.
Which
I like
Clayton
Doof
movie was
better.
he in the first one?
Huh?
No, that was Steven Dorff. Sorry, never
You're
mind.
thinking
I was gonna say,
Conflate-
okay, which one's
conflating-
Dorf?
No.
You couldn't get more different than Brad Dourif and
Yeah,
Steven
that's was
Dorff.
like different guy. Disregard.
Alien Resurrection is the one he was in.
That's the one. That's the one where they bring Ripley back to life with her.
With the body banks.
With the G.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
like
real
Jesus.
bad body gore in that one. That one really freaked me out.
That's yeah. That one's creepy for its own reasons. It's wonderful though. Let's see. Just quickly, a reminder: geekshowgotthiscovered.com is our. See, even I can't even say it now. Our Patreon.
Patreon.
See, that's why we went with geekshowgotthiscovered.com, because nobody can spell or say Patreon. So that'll take you there. And for Tree Fitty, you can support the show. It will give you extra stuff. And I know I keep promising, but I mean it this week. It was just a bad week this week. More Time Closet videos coming. You get the Space show early. You get the after party, which we do immediately after this show, where who knows what we'll talk about.
Probably food.
And trailers.
And then
And food trailers.
and
And
then
music.
Those
Thank
are called
you.
food trucks, Tony.
and then geekshow.store is where you can buy our merch. It's all there. Support the show that way if that's the way you feel you want to. Some changes coming, I promise, to geekshow.store on the way.
Tee.
And it's bigger than just the Barbie shirt going away. It's some big
Which
changes
hasn't
coming,
happened yet.
which hasn't happened yet. That's why we just kind of held off on it. Anyway, let's see more news. This one kind of surprised me, but yeah, the Russo brothers. They are in talks with Feige again and Marvel Studios to not direct just one, but the next 2 Avengers movies.
Yeah, I was under the impression that Sean Levy was like a hard maybe for
Yeah.
these movies.
That's the thing. And I think it was because they were saying, I mean, if we get the Russos, come on, let's be honest. That's where our money is. Come on.
But if we can't get those guys, Sean Levy, you want a shot?
You might do fine. I think it's a smart move, honestly, because, I mean, they've proven they can do it.
Yeah, proven track record.
You know, they've cracked the code on these. So I hope
Yeah,
that this happens.
I feel like both Disney Marvel and the Russo brothers branched out, tried to do something different, didn't work for either of them, and so they're getting back together.
Yeah.
So the Russos in the meantime have done What?
Netflix.
Did they do
Netflix
Extraction?
movie.
Netflix was-
No, they
yeah.
did The Gray Man.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
wasn't that was that the one with Chris? No. No.
With Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a bunch of stuff that was just marginally successful.
Let's see.
Because
Let's
it
see
didn't
if
have
I
the Disney
can
money
pull
behind it.
up.
Well, yeah, Netflix money's pretty vast itself, though.
Yeah.
True.
Makes you
But,
wonder, like, do sometimes at least the well-known creatives kind of phone it in when they do stuff for Netflix because they already get paid no matter what. There's no back end deal. They're just like, this is good enough for them. You know, I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Interesting
wondering.
theory. I like it.
Oh, so they did The Gray Man with Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling, and they also did Cherry starring Tom Holland,
Oh,
Which was
I heard that was weird.
which was Cherry drifts from college dropout to army medic in Iraq, anchored only by his one true love, Emily.
Oh,
but
no,
after
I'm thinking
returning
of-
from the war with PTSD, this was the movie that
How
made
did that
Tom
sound
Holland.
weird, Tony?
No,
How's
I'm
that
thinking
weird?
of,
This
Tom
was the
Holland was
movie
in
that
the
made-
super crazy show
With Daisy
on-
Ridley.
That's the one that's weird. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
But Cherry's the one that made him realize he's an alcoholic. And
Yes.
this is the one that made him stop drinking.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So the Russos, now the fifth Avengers movie was, as we all know, originally Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and we all know what happened there. But
What happened?
They always said, they meaning the Russo brothers, that they said if you could do any Marvel story, what would it be? And they both said we'd love to do Secret Wars. The original Secret Wars.
Like the '84 Secret Wars.
Yeah, from the 80s, the comic book
okay,
series
good.
with the Beyonder,
Yes.
who transports Marvel's heroes and villains onto a planet known as Battle World
Mortal
to-
Kombat.
If they did
fight
this,
to
holy
fight
moly.
against each other. Yeah,
That's where you got the true origin of the symbiote suit was
That is
Secret
correct.
Wars.
first
and-
appearance. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was cool. I remember reading that. I think I was like 17 or 18 and just like, whoa, this is wild.
It was just throwing everything at
Yeah.
you. You know,
Yep.
that whole series was just throwing.
It was
everything at you.
Marvel's answer to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Mm-hmm. Crisis on Infinite Earths came out and did really well, and Marvel's like, we can do that too. And they did Secret Wars, and it was also great.
That's what Marvel does. Is see, DC will go first, and kind of, and
Test
then
the
Marvel.
waters for
Hey,
him.
hey, whoa!
And then Marvel
Watch that
goes,
tone, sir.
and then Marvel goes. I think we can do that better.
I didn't say Secret Wars was better. I said it was also good.
Well, here's the thing, Tony, is that you convinced me. I think I'm going to watch the Crisis on Infinite Earth 3-part cartoon movie.
Do it.
Oh no! Oh, Robert's not having this.
I just need to warn you. If you have read Crisis, like the 12-issue maxi
I've not.
series,
Yeah.
Not
well,
the whole
okay.
thing. No.
then you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, the
Oh.
thing is you're talking about trying to cram 12 issues of comic books into like 3 hours. It
No,
just
into
you can't.
4.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Either way, that's not
so-
enough
Whoa,
time.
you guys! Whoa, settle down.
You look at the trade for Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it's like over an inch thick.
I just bought it for my daughter
Yeah,
last
it's
week.
a lot
Nice.
Well,
of
it's
material.
but it's 3 movies, 3
Yes.
animated films.
yeah,
It is not the same. I will just say
So-
that it is. The
Multiverse.
premise is the same. The execution, as happens with DC animation, varies a little bit from the source material. Still a fun story. I'm still enjoying it. Have not watched the 3rd episode yet, but so far the first 2, while different, were not bad.
The first 2 are available on Max, and the
third
third
one, I
one
think, is available for
just premiered, and
Yes.
it's for rent or own. I won't go that
Correct.
far.
I won't pay to watch
I
it.
won't pay, but I'll watch it. And that reminds me, Kite Man premiered this week, and I haven't dived
heck.
in yet.
I watched.
I didn't
those.
realize.
I think you meant hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah!
yeah.
So write that down. Kite Man premiered this week, and we should watch
Totally
it. and talk
forgot.
I'll
about
talk about it in my what we watched.
it. Yes. Oh, you did.
I did. I watched it.
Oh, good. All right. Let's see. And speaking of DC, James Gunn, again, if you follow him on his social medias, he's more than happy to tell you what's going on
All the time.
all the time. And he said that
There we go.
they are very
we
close
go.
to being done filming. Which ones have you got there? Oh, you got everybody there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is me.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Yeah.
There we
Nice.
go.
Now we're talking.
The whole gang's here.
It is the whole gang, isn't it? But he says we're very close to wrapping the shoot. He put hashtag Cleveland. Today we are leaving you after 6 amazing weeks of shooting. From the moment we first came on a scout a tad less than a year ago, and Terminal Tower was lit up with the colors of Superman, I knew this was a special place. I would walk down your streets and someone would stop me to tell me how grateful they were for shooting in their city. Not once, but twice, but dozens of times, he says. The wonderful background actors on the film were always so fun and funny. They clapped after takes, which is something that reminded us Hollywood cynics why we make movies in the first place. The pride you feel while being where Jerry and Joe first created Superman was invigorating. You exemplify his spirit. But anyway, it's very nice, I thought.
So
That's
now,
And they're using the
now,
train station.
well, in Cincinnati.
But still, they're
Cleveland.
using the train station.
Yeah.
It's Ohio. It's
Yeah.
Is it all different? I don't.
different sides of
do
the
I know?
state, but I mean, same brand, different flavor.
And all of the photos and everything that I've seen, it looks to me like what Gunn is doing with this is we're just hitting the ground running. We're not gonna set up anything. The Justice League is there.
Are they going to show us how Batman's parents died?
They better. They better.
Apparently everything is established. The Justice League is there. This is a thing. Superman is a thing, and you just go.
And I think that's a great way to do it because we've seen most of these origin stories so many times already.
Oh, yeah.
And if they want to, they can do little flashbacks here and there that fill in the gaps, you know?
Exactly.
You got to see Guy Gardner get hit by a bus and get replaced by Jon Stewart.
Yeah,
I want
we
that.
got to have that in there. Yep.
I want that.
And we got to see Batman punching Guy Gardner every so often.
One
right
punch.
In the face. One
One
punch.
punch.
Yep.
I saw. I shouldn't repeat it because you know how I feel about rumors. But who's the guy in Twister? The lead guy in Twister?
Glenn Powell,
Glenn
baby.
Powell. Apparently, according
Rebecca's
to
One True Love.
Oh, yeah.
I want true love.
according to people who pay attention, this is again just a rumor, so I shouldn't even be repeating it. But according to people who pay attention, Glenn Powell just recently, like within the past couple of days, started following James Gunn and a couple of other people that were DC affiliated.
Ooh.
Obviously, that means he's
Sorry.
in something.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, if you're going to leap ahead, which is what the internet did, they said he's Batman, and I'm like, I
No.
don't.
Have you
They're
seen
going
those abs?
If they're
Like, he
going
could
for a
do it.
younger Batman, I don't see a problem.
They're going for a younger everybody.
That's
so,
true. So,
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
you know who I think they need to get in there, either DC or Marvel, is get Jeremy Allen White in
Oh,
some sort
yeah.
of role.
Let's do
Because
I
it.
guess.
not only is he jacked, but he's also a really great actor. And so, I mean, you know,
Well, is
throw
it
some
now?
money at him.
That's the guy from The Bear, right?
Yeah.
He's famous for saying that he talked to, he didn't say which, Marvel or DC,
Oh, I remember this.
but apparently he went in with an attitude and said, why should I be in your thing? And,
Oh,
you know,
Halle Berry syndrome. Got it.
yeah.
Give
And
it-
he said-
give it
Halle
time.
Berry had a reason, though.
And,
What was
and-
her reason?
Catwoman.
but apparently
Well-
he said, I think I shot myself in the foot there. I don't think they want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, just give it some time. Time heals all wounds. Go, you know, don't be a dick next time, and you'll get a good role.
The thing is, I mean, it depends on the attitude because that's a legitimate question to ask in an interview. Why would I want to work here? Kind of thing. I asked that question. And
Yeah,
sometimes
see?
I get the job.
No,
Sometimes.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Elle Fanning, whom, if you saw The Great, you know that she is very good at that. Rebecca and I watched that show. She is in talks to be in the next Predator movie called Badlands. She's going to do it. She's going to star. Dan Trachtenberg is going to direct. There we go. Thank you. And this is the same guy who did Prey, which was the one that we love so much.
Oh,
with
great movie.
Amber Midthunder. So,
So
there you go.
Alien v Predator. Thoughts? No. Hard
Great
no.
great comic book, and a good idea, but
Execution.
yeah,
AVPR was slightly better, but I mean, it's just putting gold paint on a turd.
Yeah.
Oh,
It could be done. It could be done, but the people who have tackled these projects so far have not. No. I'd even say Predator 2 was better than most of those.
What about Predators? With
Predators?
Adrian Brody and
Disappointing.
I liked Predators personally. I thought that was pretty cool.
I had high hopes for it. Maybe that was my problem. I should
they
have
had a
just
great
went.
cast.
It did. It
They had
really
a great
did.
premise.
Yeah. Egg says he loves the AVP arcade game, so maybe that's what it should have just stayed there.
How old is that game?
I don't
Come on,
know.
Egg. It doesn't mean it's not good, but yeah, that's been around a while.
And then again with rumor, I shouldn't even be reporting this, but this this new Toxic Avenger movie with Peter Dinklage as Toxie. Apparently, a producer on the movie suggests that the completed film is unreleasable
What?
and
How is
quote
that?
far too out there for any sort of commercial interest.
Sexual? What does
it's-
that mean?
Cope-
That's the
Sarah.
only
So does that
thing
mean
that
it's
I can-
horny? Is it like way too horny?
Everything.
Apparently, co-producer Adam Masniak stated that the film had been deemed not safe enough to market.
Sexual. Correct.
So
had-
much toxic sex on there.
It says here it had great reviews, then maybe the forecast would be a little rosier, but there isn't much potential. It's too niche. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it on Tubi in a few years from now.
It's
Well, that's what I was going to
changed.
say.
Did
Put
you
it
see
on
the
one
original?
put it on one of the smaller streaming.
Peter
services,
Dinklage deserves better.
That's the thing. The original was not good. I'm sorry. Folks,
mean,
it was,
It was good enough to make a cartoon after. That's not saying much in the 80s, though.
You know what? They also said Megalopolis was unmarketable, and yet that's still coming out.
That's still coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the name behind it. That's why.
You think Peter Dinklage isn't a big enough name? You don't think Peter Dinklage is going to get butts and seats?
I get my butt in seat.
Coppola,
I mean, I might
Dinklage.
see it.
Coppola, Dinklage.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Rob.
Equal weight,
I mean,
in
don't-
my
I mean-
opinion.
And again, it comes down to that. I mean, they're
You're our film
Now-
critic?
That's what I
But
need
I,
is
mean, I like Peter Dinklage,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
if I've got to pick between the two, you can watch a Peter Dinklage movie or a Coppola movie.
You don't have
Sorry.
to pick though. That's the beauty.
That's
know, I
the
don't have to.
beauty. That's the freaking
I can only
beauty.
watch one at a time.
Listen, if Dinklage had a winery, I think it would,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
even
it's
it
a
out.
wine.
Yeah, that's the missing piece, Carrie.
Peter
Chateau Dinklage
Pretty
Chardonnay. That's what I
Winery.
need.
Chateau Dinklage.
That's the determining
Dinklage.
factor.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. And then finally this is a project called Video Killed the Radio Star. Luke Brandon Field from Interview with the Vampire and Harriet Keynes from Bridgerton are attached to star in Video Killed the Radio Star, a 1979 set horror film. The story is said to concern a pirate radio DJ who accidentally unleashes a demonic force during his broadcast. Boy, if I had a nickel.
Yar! Yar, I've released a demonic presence on me
You play it
radio.
backwards, and all of a sudden,
Sure.
all hell breaks loose.
Turning the station into a battleground for humanity as the supernatural threat spreads through the airwaves. The DJ and his assistant must confront the horrors that they've unleashed. This movie will never be made. I'm
Hang on a
going out
second,
on a
because I like
limb.
this premise.
You think people don't like radio?
It'll bring back radio is his.
What?
fear.
Yeah, it's
Radio.
gonna save it.
No, this movie will never be made. I'm telling you.
AM
right now.
radio will ride again.
The curse travels over the airwaves and then
Think of-
infects other people. This could be fantastic. This could be brilliant.
Think of the soundtrack that's going to be on this movie.
79.
Needle
yeah.
drops.
Joe Jackson for sure.
Just think about it.
Yeah. Anyway, but here's the thing: is that the guy who plays the DJ, Luke Brandon Field, he's in Interview with the Vampire. He plays the young Eric Bogosian character, the guy who is interviewing the vampire. Right? Now, Eric Bogosian played a radio guy in a movie called Talk Radio: The Life and Murder of Alan Berg, based on a true story. So it all comes around.
Continuing
Radio
the cycle.
boy. Yes, he's playing a radio boy yet again. Anyway,
So the cycle either continues or he cannot escape it.
or he cannot escape it. Yes, I like that.
Which is the curse from that he opens in his video Kill Tariq.
In this
It's all
movie.
coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
We could write
If-
this movie.
If
Yeah.
this movie is made, it will not be under that title. I can tell you right now. Anyway,
Peter Dinklage.
or maybe he'll make an appearance. Yes,
Dinklage.
Dinklage, Chateau Dinklage.
Come on.
What did we consume this week?
I'll go first.
Okay, Sarah. Hi.
I took a hit for all of y'all. I jumped in front of you, the bullet, and I watched the Rome show with Anthony Hopkins.
The what show?
Those About to Die.
It's the Rome. He's like a.
Oh,
The Roman Emperor with
yeah.
the bastard from
I'm sorry.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, is
Ian
that show not?
McEwan.
Is that show not good?
Oh, hey, how good? How not good do you think it is, Rebecca? It's exactly that.
Wow.
They yoinked Anthony Hopkins. His poor brain must be deteriorating. I don't know how he got signed onto this. And what's his name? The bastard. What's his name? Snow.
Jon
the
Snow's-
torturer.
What's his name?
Oh,
It's been too long. Ramsay Snow.
Yeah.
Ramsay Snow. And they threw him in there as a tavern owner, kind of like Ian McShane in Deadwood. He like coordinates all these bets and all this stuff. And they just want to see people fight. They go and kidnap lions. There's a lot of blood and it's not good. So just wanted to save you guys from that. I would
Thank
not
you.
recommend it.
Yeah.
You guys weren't planning on watching it anyways, but
No.
I
I didn't
just
even
wanted
know it
to tell
existed.
you- yeah,
No.
it aired 2 days ago, I think.
I imagine they sold it to Anthony Hopkins like this: you're wearing a costume that will do most of the acting,
Yeah,
and you just have to kind of sit there for a couple of days, and you'll be fine.
they
So-
barely show him. I feel
That's
like
that's the Orson Welles
Anthony-
line of sale right there.
Anthony
Yeah.
Hopkins did an interview recently.
vampire.
No, with interview with Anthony Hopkins, and it's in the New York Times. And the end of the interview, the interviewer asks, "You've played men: Nixon, Freud, Vespasian, Anthony in The Father in the twilight of their lives. Is that interesting to you?" And he says, "It is. I'm mystified at my age that they want me to work. I still get offers to work. A lot of work, in fact. I keep myself fit and well and strong. I keep on top of it all. I'm amazed every time I wake up, and I can't believe I've reached this age. That gives me a tremendous amount of energy to move forward to do more."
I'm amazed every time I wake up. Let's just start. Let's just
Wow.
start.
Period.
Wow.
Poor guy.
What
anyway,
a magical
wow.
approach to life.
I'm
Yeah,
amazed every time I
very
wake up.
optimistic, maybe. It's like Peacock said, we want to do Game of Thrones on 1/10 of the budget, is what it is, and everything
Is it Game of
is
Thrones or
badly
Gladiator?
rendered. It is
I thought it
it's
was
Gladiator, Game of Thrones setting.
kinda.
They have houses with different colors now,
Oh.
different colors. They are called houses, and yeah, just the whole. There's a Game of Thrones opening. They're just trying to reboot Game of Thrones in Rome, basically. Not good.
Game of
also-
Rooms.
Ah, there it
Rome's.
Nice.
Also rewatched Twister last night in preparation
yeah.
for
Welcome
the
to the
big
Suck
scary
Zone.
wind. Yeah, I'm very excited. What else did we watch?
You
Oh, I've
saw
been watching- I
Challengers,
saw
bitch.
Challengers. Rebecca and I are now entering a timeline where our movie opinions are aligning, which they had not before.
Wow, I should be concerned, right?
This is weird. Universes are
Maybe you
colliding.
should be concerned. Their universes are finally colliding. I
It's like the
loved
end of The
it.
Flash.
Except Clooney won't be there. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm the last person on earth to see Challengers. Incredible movie, so good. Wish there was more full towering, which is what they kind of promised us in the trailer, but oh well. No, am I the only one who thinks that?
We all did kind of go in expecting. I called it the horny tennis movie, and there's no sex. I think
Tennis
we're
is
entering.
more.
What's so cool is I think we're entering an era where overt sex and kissing out. Get it out of here. Now,
Well,
longing and
Longing
yearning.
and yearning.
Let me-
We're romanticizing that phase of crush and love, right? Where You don't see no kissing, you don't see no sex. It's all
No.
about the
Wait,
lead up
taste.
to it.
Wait till we get to what you've been watching. Then we'll
I got one
revisit
more.
this conversation.
Tony's gonna review porn for us today.
Yes, love that. Okay, one more. I've been watching Presumed Innocent, the Jake Gyllenhaal. You've been watching that too, Carrie?
I
What are your
have,
thoughts?
yes. I'm enjoying it, actually.
My boyfriend is reading the book right now, and he says that there are many differences in the TV show from the book, and he's not sure it's going to end the same way.
See, here's
he
my
thinks it might go
question.
differently.
Here's my question. They've okayed it for season 2. Where do you go from
with
here?
well, it's a different case. It's going
it'll
to be
be a
an
different
anthology.
case. Okay, all right. Never mind then.
Yeah. All right, that's me.
Because I think I know who did it, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
Sarah,
thought I-
you saw
what?
Longlegs too. Didn't
Oh, I
you?
did see Long Legs. Rebecca is my media library. Thank you very much. I did. I liked it very much up until kind of the end twist, which did not work for me. But other than that, it was a perfect movie and perfect Nicolas Cage performance. I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible.
I'm sorry. His legs weren't really that long. I'm sorry.
They weren't that long. The legs were not long enough.
Okay. If I'm nitpicking,
I've got longer legs than him.
That's right.
Yeah.
all right. Tony, do you want to go next?
All right. Okay. I just got to get this off my chest. Probably go visit my bishop later.
Porn.
My
What
wife,
is it?
wife wanted to watch Poor Things. Did you guys
Oh,
watch
no.
this yet?
No.
Disney
One of
Princess
the
Bella
best-
Baxter.
One of
Holy-
the best movies of the
Holy
last year.
moly! This
Perfect.
I can't give it a review. My review is just question marks.
Are you serious,
Like,
Tony?
It was wild.
Yeah.
It
I-
was
Yeah.
wow.
Perfect Frankenstein.
When they were marketing the
Wow.
movie, they were kind of vague about what it was, and I was
Yeah, no.
intrigued.
No,
and then
nothing
people
like the
saw it
trailer.
and told me, "You know what this is about, right?"
So
and I
did you
went,
s-
See,
"I don't
Did you-
want to do
You
that."
didn't watch it?
No,
Okay.
no.
I will say if you're not put off by a lot of nudity, like a lot, then
they're normalizing
Poor
it.
Poor Tony. Poor Tony.
no, we're fine. We're adults here. Everything's fine. That aside, it was very interesting watching the development of this character from.
Tony trying to find nice things to say about Poor
No,
Things.
I actually do. I have a lot of nice things to say about it because it was a very well told, very interesting story arc of this person and what happened to them, how they got into the world. Like the whole premise is just fascinating. The cinematography also fascinating. The design of the sets, and there's a
The
reason
clothing,
that costuming won
costumes.
an Oscar for it, and there's a reason Emma Stone won an Oscar for it. I mean,
So
yeah.
Tony,
but holy moly, I've never seen the same
Wait.
actress's boobies so many times in
so
one
Tony,
movie.
so I need to ask one question though. I need to put it on a scale. On a scale from like Snow White to Caligula, what are we talking as far as nudity? And I know that you're not going to know the top end of that.
I've never seen Caligula.
So
I gotta see Caligula then. What's
would
happening
say-
there?
I would say there is as much nudity in this movie as 2 or 3 seasons of Game of Thrones combined.
Okay.
Seems
All right.
accurate.
Caligula
then-
is being re-released on 4K, by the way, with a re-edit, and I'm not kidding.
Just no.
I know this because we know somebody who is a huge fan of that movie.
I actually used to own that movie, and somebody
Can't
borrowed
believe
it
y'all
and
are-
never returned it. I'm like, no, we're good. It's fine.
can't believe y'all are put off by some titties.
I wasn't put off. It was just
That's not-
surprising. Like I'm just watching going, okay.
Rebecca, I'm on record as saying I hate titties.
You
Isn't
sir.
that everyone knows?
Interesting.
Everyone knows.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Good old
Everyone
Mormon
knows.
raised Carrie
They are,
Jackson.
ladies and gentlemen, they are feed bags, not fun bags. Okay.
See, and I love them personally, but that's just me.
I don't know, Tony. You're doing an awful lot of complaining
You're
about
doing
the
some
number of
hating
You know
over
boobies.
there.
what?
I can hear hate coming from the Tony corner.
I can just feel the vitriol.
Hey, contain multitudes. All right,
Yes, you
moving
are. You're
along.
layered.
Multitudes.
You're
Poor
very
Things
layered.
is
yes.
very good.
On the other side of the spectrum, my wife and I started watching Adventure Time, and
Not enough titties.
Yes. Do not mention titties in
Listen,
Adventure Time in
there's
the
Rebecca-
very
same
little.
sentence.
There's very little mention of boobies. in
Rebecca, I'm on
Adventure Time.
record as saying that Adventure Time needed more titties. I'm on record.
Everybody knows this. Everybody knows.
Y'all
I think
know this.
Adventure Time needs more
I know
boobies.
it. You
I
know
was-
it.
you know,
Everyone
I'm-
knows it.
I was wearing an Adventure Time shirt before we started this recording, and I changed it to my dumb Utah shirt. I don't know why I
Oh,
did that.
shame but yeah, my wife had never watched Adventure Time. We finished Regular Show because she hadn't seen that one yet, and we loved
Nice.
that. I've been a huge Regular Show fan forever, and I've also been a huge Adventure Time fan forever.
Where are
and ever.
you in your watch?
We're
with
just
her?
early on. We're on we're only season 1, episode 13 or 14.
okay.
Yeah, so we're way early, but she's enjoying it. So
Yay.
I'm having a blast, obviously, because it's Adventure Time. So that's really good.
I've just been rewatching Stakes over and over for the last probably 3 days.
Steaks?
In season 8, the where the vampires come back for Marceline.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought
Yep,
you-
see,
oh.
we haven't
Oh, I
even
thought you
gotten-
said. I thought you went to the Texas Roadhouse.
It's
Yeah.
it's the first season,
was
so
gonna
we
say
haven't
that-
even gotten
No.
into
I
the
was going to say
season
that
lore yet.
Omaha steak chapter is really
Hit
its
me hard.
downfall. You know.
And then last but not least, we watched the first 2 episodes of Kite Man because that's all that's out so far.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And if you like Harley Quinn, you'll probably like this. It's
Okay.
it's the same writers, most of the same voices. They do change up a couple of the voices of the characters, I guess because maybe there were scheduling conflicts or whatever. But all the main characters are the same voice actors.
Is our best friend Bane there?
I
Oh, you
was
betcha.
just gonna ask
There
about
is-
Bane,
There is
Rebecca.
plenty of Bane to go around, and
Carrie-
Oh, yeah.
he's great.
Bane voice is my favorite Bane voice
Also-
I've ever.
I am on record as saying that there are not enough titties in anything.
God, that's the best Bane.
So
It is.
it's definitely not the same as Harley Quinn, but it has the same kind of vibe, humor wise. But I would say it's on track to be pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far.
Kite
Can
Man
we
was
talk?
great.
Can we talk about the miracle that is Harley Quinn? That
Oh,
it has survived so much of WB's
I
bullshit,
know, right?
Axing?
I know.
Axe murdering of
and
shows.
gets a spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because it's freaking fantastic. So
Well,
Well, a lot of stuff is freaking fantastic
And-
over there too.
that's
yeah,
fair.
that's true.
That's fair.
true. All right. Let's see. What's next?
I'll go.
Okay, Rebecca.
TV, The Acolyte and the Boys. The Acolyte.
Am
Yes,
I-
kudos.
Kudos. I was right. You have to binge this show. You.
Oh,
This is
really?
absolutely yeah. This should have been released all at once.
Yes.
That's
but
crazy, 'cause
oh
The Bear, I think, shouldn't have been released all at once. But
yeah.
the-
Oh, I think
you're
different
saying,
show. I think
yeah,
different shows
you should watch differently.
Yeah.
I mean, they shouldn't just put a blanket statement out for everything and treat it all the same,
That's weird. Tony
Yeah.
don't suggest
case
that.
by case basis. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
But the Acolyte, I cannot believe in the year of our Lord 2024 that Disney Star Wars did so much cool stuff. They were doing stuff I never in a billion bajillion years I thought I would ever see in Disney Star Wars, and wow, I can't believe I ever thought of leaving.
I honestly think that the reason that people are having a problem with the show is the week-to-week release, because the show changed tone every week and it was a little different, where if you watch it start to finish, you go, that makes sense. Okay.
There's
Yes,
another show
Rob.
that changed tone week to week that did fantastic on Disney Plus, WandaVision.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Here's the
contrasting
thing, though. WandaVision starred white people, and
that's what
and
it
the thing
was.
about the Acolyte is
They had green people, right?
green
Yeah.
people, plural. Spoiler alert.
They warned us with WandaVision too.
Also true.
That's
Yeah.
true.
They projected
Yeah.
it. They let you know it's going to jump all over.
And the boys, I'm pissed off at the season finale of the boys.
No spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm mostly just pissed off at Butcher. I wish they would pick a lane with Butcher. That's all I'm going to say about that. Friends of mine had said that's actually very true to his character in the comics. cool, I guess, but I'm still pissed off.
Rebecca needs closure.
I know, but remember, he will always let you down.
He will always disappoint
Yeah, I
you.
guess that's true.
He's like a lot of people we know. You know?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
How dare you attack Rob so publicly?
Nobody here. Nobody here.
Oh.
Nobody here.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you know Jack Quaid auditioned to be Superman? Anyway, not in animated, the James Gunn one. He auditioned to be the James Gunn Superman.
He did?
He did.
his
He
head's
did not get very far.
No.
His head's
No.
not shaped right.
No, he's talented. He's talented, but I would have said, thank you for coming. We'll see you.
You
And
know
not
who
even.
he'd
Yeah.
be really good? Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
Oh,
Yep.
he would.
Right there.
But then,
Yep.
but Skylar, my boy Skylar Gazondo. Moving on. I read a book this week, and it's called Challenger: A True Story of Heroism and Disaster on the Edge of Space, written by
Oh, boy.
Anna Higginbottom. This book ruled. So it is the story of the Challenger disaster in 1986, told with
Bummer
exhaustive
town.
detail. It builds up to the incident with the history of the space program and all of the tragedy and struggle that came before it. And it features some real in-depth reporting and research, all while keeping you on the edge of your seat like you're reading a thriller. This book was truly horrific and scary. And it was mostly about like board meetings, right? And
That does sound scary.
That makes sense because that's why they launched too early. Was people
But there's
higher
a-
up saying we got to go today? We
the
gotta
scene
go today.
the scene in the book where they are talking about, you know, deciding whether or not to launch, and the people from I can't remember how to pronounce the name of the company from here in Utah,
Yep,
by the
it's a
way. I had
Utah-based
no
company.
Thiokol.
They,
I had Thiokol. I had no
Thiokol.
idea that they
they
were
made
here
the
in Utah.
O-rings. Yep.
Yep, as Eric in the chat room says, that was major trauma for much of us in Gen X.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
And there's a whole scene where there's a board meeting, you know, with the people at NASA and the Thiokol people, and the Thiokol people are like, we do not recommend launching, and the people are like, we're just gonna do it anyway, and the Thiokol people are like, okay, can we get this in writing that we said not
Yeah.
to do this? And
Smart.
and the book features backstories of, you know, all the people who were on the shuttle, and so my heart was just breaking at the section about Krista McAuliffe and you know, her journey to get on the spaceship, on the shuttle, and just not, it talks, you know, it does like a minute by minute detail about the launch and the explosion, and not only that, but it also talks about the recovery effort afterward. Ooh, this book, I have goosebumps. This book was so chilling. I highly recommend it.
Dr.
gonna-
Paul says he uses the launch decision for the Challenger in his attitudes class, groupthink.
Which is such a fantastic idea, because there was like one guy on the board who was like, man, I don't know about this, but you can tell he gave in to peer pressure. And it's a totally thrilling book. I literally said like, oh my God, and holy shit out loud a bajillion times. Totally recommend it. And then movie releases this week, Twisters. Woo!
Twisters! Yeah.
Welcome to the Suck Zone, complimentary.
I never thought I'd make a movie about that game.
What?
Oh my
Suck
God,
Zone?
Tony.
No,
No.
Twister.
The Suck Zone is what they should have called Poor Things.
There was a lot of sucking.
Now Bradley's got a hot one. It's a twister.
So
Right foot blue, left green. Yeah, sorry.
storms are increasing in Tornado Alley,
They are in real life. They are.
much
real life,
much
yeah.
like in
Have y'all ever heard
1996.
a tornado siren? Because I almost shit myself the first time I heard one. It was not a good time for me. Didn't care for that. And we get them here in Kansas City and in Tulsa, where I was. Anyways,
Never once do they breathe a word of climate change because they don't
That-
want to alienate anyone.
And
Wow.
see,
Oh,
that kind of
boy.
bothered me. I expected more. The director is
Yeah.
one of Utah's own, and I expected more from him, but he disappointed me on that level.
So storms are increasing in Tornado Alley, and once again, it's snobs versus slobs in their race to chase storms.
Wait a minute, they did this story already.
One is for research and one is for the YouTube views.
Oh yeah, gotta get TikTok in there.
Gotta get them clicks and them views. And this movie was totally thrilling, everybody. The first act, I was getting a little pissed off at Daisy Edgar Jones because I felt like she was fighting for her life trying to keep an American accent. I just felt like you could feel her British accent trying to escape, and I'm like, Daisy, stop it. But and then Glenn Powell's Woo Crew, I call them the Woo Crew because
The Woo Crew is very good.
when you see the movie, the number of times they exclaim "woo" is way too many.
But they do a lot of that in the OG also.
They do. This one, it's
They do
dialed
a
up.
lot.
It is
Okay.
so dialed up in this
you
one. I was
ever
like, you guys need to stop.
Can you ever have too much woo though?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Woo Crew appears to be like ruining everything for the views.
With their woos?
They're reckless, Sarah. They're so reckless because they want to shoot fireworks up in the tornado.
Oh my god.
But Daisy Edgar Jones and Anthony Ramos are just trying to collect data to potentially save lives.
Excuse me, that's enough woo. Thank you.
That's too much woo.
Too much woo.
Listen,
hold
they're
back a little
just shooting fireworks at an already insanely massive
Do you-
destruction force. Like, it's not
Do you
really-
remember when the governor of Florida had to tell people not to shoot the hurricane? It's just like that. Do not fire bullets into the hurricane.
Oh my god.
And we all know the only way to change the path of a storm is with a Sharpie. We all know that.
That's right.
That's how you do it.
So Daisy Edgar Jones's whole thing is she wants to cure tornadoes, and
Tornadoes have a legit
Of
reason.
what?
The
Cure them
mother
of cancer? Or...
it's
to
from
move-
existing.
It's
From existing,
to
they
move.
ruin lives, Tony. They're so
Oh.
destructive and they ruin lives. People died, Tony.
Just
so,
like cancer.
Just like
Yep.
cancer.
So first act, I was getting kind of pissed off, but by the third act, I was totally locked in because it's super thrilling. Tornado. I love a disaster movie, so just anytime a disaster like tornado are doing their thing, you're like, woo! Oh no, I'm doing it now too. And
Too much woo.
and not only that, but everybody has a really great character arc. Like I started the movie really pissed off at Glenn Powell, and by the end of it, I was like, yeah,
You were
Glenn
in love
Powell!
with him. Yeah,
That's
like
like
the rest of us.
That's Glenn Powell's bread and butter, though. You know, he plays
Yeah.
someone you hate at first. By the end, you're like, oh,
I
that
love you.
dreamy
I don't know.
Glenn Powell.
Hitman's kind of the backwards. Hitman's kind of backwards from that.
That's
He-
true.
He
That's
kind of
true.
starts out as someone you like.
That's true. That's true.
And this movie also has a totally stacked cast that I was not aware of. So you got Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones, but you've also got Anthony Ramos. Katie O'Brien shows up. Maura Tierney shows up. Paul Scheer shows up. Brandon Perea from Nope, he shows up. David Cornsweet, our Superman, shows up. Kieran
Does he
Shipka
fly
is
around
there.
the tornado backwards?
No.
That's how you
But-
cure a tornado.
But this definition of a summer blockbuster, and once again, I must remind everybody that Glenn Powell is a capital M, capital S movie star. He has got that Tom Cruise seal of approval. Tom Cruise came to the premiere. Tom Cruise does not leave his house for anybody.
Well, he's his Top Gun buddy.
Well, and not only that, like, I know I've talked about it before, but Glenn Powell talked about how Tom Cruise showed him this 6-hour movie about filmmaking, and Glenn Powell was ushered into a theater by an usher expecting a whole lot of other people to be there, and then for 6 hours it was just Tom Cruise talking at him about movies. And so Tom Cruise has picked Glenn Powell to pass his torch on to. Tom Cruise showed up at the Twisters premiere holding popcorn for photos with the Twister image
So-
and logo on it, and was coaching everybody else in the photo. Here's how you hold the popcorn to properly promote your movie.
How long before Glenn Powell's a Scientologist then?
That's was I was just
There are
gonna
always
say.
two. One that has power and one that wants power.
No, here's the thing. Glenn Powell is so cool. I don't think he'll get
Oh, good.
got.
There's still Glenn Powell talk. Good.
Yeah.
You didn't miss anything.
Great.
I don't think Glenn Powell's gonna get got by Scientology. I think he's too cool.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You mean roped in,
Wrangled,
wrangled?
because he's the tornado wrangler.
Oh,
Oh,
my
I
God.
see.
Oh, I get
Well
it.
played.
All right.
Yeah.
Robert, what?
So you give out
Was
like
that
a
everything?
four out of 4? Like
I
top-
gave it a four out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
would have made it a 5 out of 5? I need to know.
More shirtless Glenn.
More woo.
Honestly. So, okay, so the scene, we've seen it in the trailers where Glenn Powell's walking in the rain with his cowboy hat and his white shirt. That scene almost didn't make it into the movie.
What were
They didn't have a
thinking
woman
about cutting
consultant.
What were they thinking?
Come on. Obviously,
Anyway.
cooler minds prevailed, and it made it.
Okay. Robert, what do you got?
America, I'm back. You aristocratic black. But whip ain't got no crack. It's got a hell of a bang. All right, so I was gone last week. I'm not dead. But I did miss Captain America talk.
Ah!
So this is the current Marvel Comics version of Sam
Look at that
Wilson, Captain
suit.
America,
awesome.
with his new shield.
Ooh.
Which
So
is,
is that
literally the only reason I got this figure, which is like my fourth Sam Wilson,
I was
was
going to
for the
say
shield.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that a new shield or
It
a
is a new
repainted shield?
No, it is a
Oh.
new shield.
What's it made
That's
out of?
good looking.
I don't know. They haven't said in the comics what it's made out of, but there are now currently two Captain Americas. Both Sam and Steve
Cool.
are the Captains America. So
I like it.
there you go. All right. So I was not on last week because I was on an away mission with family, which was good, but it was in Vegas, which was hot. Like
It was hot here.
Wrong
too.
time of year to visit.
well, and, you know, it's like when Carrie said he went to Hawaii for his nieces. It was like, yeah, I will do anything for these kids. Had an opportunity to go see my nieces before they were out of the country again, and I'm like, Vegas? All right, we'll do it.
Do it.
Sacrifices.
So I caught Carrie's comment about he was looking forward to some comic talk from last week. So
Yes.
I got you covered.
Thank you.
Really quick, Saturday Night Ghost Club. This is a book I'm reading. Pick it up at Barnes & Noble. It's a little coming-of-age story in upstate New York about a kid, his uncle, who's kind of like he owns an occultorium, and he's all the conspiracy theories and ghost stories in town and urban legends. He's that guy who's let's go check this out. And this kid's like, I'm not sure about that, but the other kids in town are like, we should totally go do that.
Yeah.
And it's a fun, just kind of coming of age story. I do recommend it. From last week, Primer, Clashing Colors, is a follow-up to Primer, which is from DC Comics. It's a young lady who stumbles upon an experimental paint.
Oh, I was
nice.
just
Gives her
guessing.
superpowers.
That's awesome.
So not the time travel movie?
No, not
Does
the
it
time
look
travel
like
movie,
a
which is
time travel
Primer,
movie to you?
I was trying to remember the name of that movie last week. Thank you.
It's
which
Primer.
is Primer, not Primer.
Oh.
But
Better write that
it's all
down.
right. That's okay. I'm here to help. But this story introduces her and like how she finds the paints, how she uses different paints to give her different superpowers.
Whoa.
This story is the continuation where she has decided she wants to join the Teen Titans, and the Titans are like, not so sure about that.
You're messy. Too much paint.
We're not a fan of artists.
It's not so much that I think she's inexperienced, and she kind of is, but it is a totally fun all ages book. I highly recommend it, both the original graphic novel and the new limited series, which is 3 issues. The first issue, that's just the first issue, so check that out. Let's see. Marvel is rebooting the Ultimate Universe.
Oh,
so you
again.
get the
Okay.
Ultimates, which are not the Ultimates from the original timeline, and they just discovered America Chavez in issue 2.
Ooh.
Where was the other one? Gail Simone, everybody's favorite internet troll and comic writer, is writing Superman.
Oh, really?
Buy it.
Nice.
Just
Okay.
leaving it out. Buy it.
Okay.
X-Men #1. So after the Age of Krakoa, there are now going to be 3 different X teams in different parts of the United States.
Okay.
This group, led by Cyclops, is in Alaska. They're trying to, once again, like, hey, we're here to help, but they're living in a base that had been previously used to build Sentinels and left a giant hulking Sentinel husk outside, like, yeah, we want them to know that we're here and that we're here to stay, but we also want them to know what they owe us. Well told story. I think that everybody should enjoy it. Superman number 16 and Wonder Woman 11, which I think is going to be the penultimate issue to Tom King's run.
Oh,
Both of
okay.
these are absolute power tie-ins, with Amanda Waller sending Amazos after all of the heroes. One of the fun things about these 2 books is they don't really follow the title characters that much. They're in the book, but you get a little bit more of supporting characters and others trying to deal with, well, she's putting superheroes in jail and taking away their powers. Nightwing, Fallen Grayson. When you're a kid who grew up as an acrobat,
Man.
It's Dead Man, isn't it?
when you're a kid who grows up as an acrobat and you're afraid of heights, you need to go talk to somebody. It turns out, I love what they're doing with Nightwing, and they're tying him to other classic heroes in the DC universe. It turns out that Boston Brand helped a young Dick Grayson get over a fall and get back on the ropes.
Oh.
And Dick is like, I've got to go talk to somebody, and there's only one person who's going to understand me. So he goes and talks to Dead Man.
All right.
Phoenix #1, Jean Grey has embraced the power of the Phoenix, is now taking it on the road. So she's now out in space trying to bring, X-Men goodness to everybody, even those who have heard of the Phoenix and know the legend of the Phoenix as being a destroyer. So she's got to kind of work around that.
Yeah.
And it's the first issue is not told from her point of view. It's told from the point of view of somebody who's on the other side of that Phoenix story and is like, we know the Phoenix is a destroyer. Oh, crap.
Well, now that she's embraced that, she is probably the most powerful Marvel Universe character now, right?
Yes. And they kind of play into that. It's actually a really well told story. Phillips, I can't remember the writer, but she does a good job of Stephanie Phillips. She does a good job of embracing that Jean has accepted this is who I am. And she also wrote a really lovely introduction with Jean and Scott having a conversation telepathically across space. So it's like, the morning I'm getting ready to go to work kind of conversation. But you see that they are nowhere near each other. And it's really sweet, really well done. And then also for Carrie,
Yes.
Star Trek number 22.
I've got him right over there.
Lamora, and Star Trek Annual.
See, I keep thinking I keep thinking I need to catch up, but they put out so many variant covers is the problem, because that's different than the ones that I've got. So,
So I mentioned that Captain Sisko got put in timeout by his mom a couple of weeks ago, and you get a little more of the story of like why she put him in timeout and why all the gods are like, you shouldn't be here. And she's like, I got this. Just let me roll. So, Comics Chat. Let me see. Finished up Delicious in Dungeon Season 1. Sorry that Lee's not here for me to thank once again. And my kids were like, well, what can we watch now? So I put on My Hero Academia because I've heard wonderful things about this.
Oh, yeah.
I got a
show.
minute and 30 seconds in, and my oldest is like, I'm going to go do something else.
really?
And I'm like, you gave it 90 seconds. How do you know that you don't like it?
That's
So
like
the
4
next-
TikTok videos, Rob.
Well, I understand. I mean, I
Kids
get that
these
now.
days.
Kids these days. So the next day I came home from work. I'm like, well, crap, I'm going to watch it. And I just sat down and just turned it on. And they came in like, what are you watching? Oh,
Yeah.
And they sat down and watched it like, can we watch another?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good little
well.
show. It's a good little show. I enjoy it.
And I've given them nothing but crap about that for the past 2 weeks.
Rightfully so.
And other than my adventures with Superman, I think that's really about it for me for this week. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I watched Rush Hour Titan Edition, also known as Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Yes.
I watched
Hell
that a
yeah!
couple weeks ago.
Sweet monkey squeezing Jesus. That was a ride.
It's just dumb fun, you know.
I hope
literally
they
check
make
your brain.
1,000 of them.
It was, the Power Glove goes on. I'm just kind of like, oh, he's going to play Nintendo now. Oh, no, he's going to go whip some ass. And the thing that I love the best is that he comes out of the ground looking like, I need help for this. He goes to Godzilla. Godzilla's like, so we're about to throw hands, right? And he's like, oh, no.
Yeah, I love that.
Nope.
No.
No,
Godzilla's
friend,
like,
here
"I'm
is
throwing
friend.
hands."
Here is friend.
I love that scene. That's
Wakes up
great.
from his nap in the Coliseum.
But it is the best Titan buddy cop movie I've ever seen.
That's great. Hit Monkey. I watched the first episode, season 2. There's monkeys and there's guns and swords and
What more
yeah,
could you
So
ask for?
Carrie's happy.
I'm there.
I've never heard of this.
Oh,
it's,
Hitmonkey.
it's a
What's it
really
on?
really obscure Marvel character appeared in the comic books, and then they did a Hulu series some time ago. Jason Sudeikis is the ghost. He's the ghost that coaches the monkey.
Cute.
Somehow it got a second season, so we're here for it.
It starts out with Jason Sudeikis' soul in hell.
Oh,
with hung over a fire pit like
Oh,
something out of
boy.
Hellraiser, and
Yeah.
he's got hooks all over through his skin and in his ass, and he's
Naturally.
Some
And he
people
ma-
pay for that, though.
and he makes a deal with the devil. Yeah, he makes a deal with the devil to
Huh.
go back up and
I'm interested in this.
help the monkey. Anyway,
Because of the hooks in the ass?
No, because of Jason Sudeikis.
Sarah
Also the
showing
hooks in
her
the ass.
cards.
It was right up until, it was right
My
after that.
cards.
You're like, I'm interested
Yeah,
in this.
I'm into it.
all right.
Guess I'll give it a
He does need to talk
go.
with his bishop.
Of course, Acolyte season finale, Boys season finale. I was happy with both of them. Now I'm watching a show on Netflix called Exploding Kittens.
Oh, it's from
After the
that
comic.
guy.
The oatmeal.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yes.
Here's the thing. It's based on a card game. I don't know. I don't care. Whoever's writing this thing, they're funny. The premise of the whole thing is kind of besides the point. It's just that it's got so many jokes coming at you. It's just hilarious. Why it's called Exploding Kittens? Someone like me, I know it's a card game, but if someone else were to walk in, they'd go, "Why is it called Exploding Kittens?" I don't understand. There are no kittens exploding so far.
Doesn't matter.
But it's about God, who has been cast out of heaven and is in cat form.
Because all of his board, for lack of a better term, board members say you need to get more in touch with what it's like to be a human, or
Exactly.
what it's like on Earth.
So it must be what it's like on Earth, because being a cat is not
Yeah.
going to get you in touch with humanity. But so he's God and he's a cat, and then Beelzebub is also a cat that's been sent out from hell to kind of.
So Tom Ellis is the voice of the God Cat, Lucifer,
Yeah. He's playing
And-
God this time, yeah.
and Shashir Zameda. I love her. I think she's
Who I love.
hilarious.
Yeah.
She's Devil Cat.
Yeah.
No, this is
If you follow the Oatmeal's comics, you'll
They're
like
fun.
this. And,
It's-
I
the
love
creator.
it.
The creator, Matthew Inman, I think he put out something I saw on Instagram, and he was like, working on this show has been like the longest, however many years of my life, and he's
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
he mentions how proud he is of the show, and he's like, and if we only get these like 9 episodes, that's totally fine. I'm super happy with what we've put out, and just want you people to enjoy it. So
Go watch it.
That's
It's
totally
it's,
Tom Inman. I mean,
yeah.
Matthew Inman, because like one of his other things was I'm going to get the wrong one. Nikola Tesla Museum that he tried to get kickstarted in New Jersey, because everybody's like Edison. He's like, this guy is the one you should be talking about, and he basically kickstarted a fundraiser to open a museum, and it was one of the fastest funded Kickstarters at the time.
That's
like
awesome.
$1,003,000 in
It's-
some phenomenal amount of time.
I mean, the show is just, it's very well written, and it's got a lot of jokes and a lot of insight as well to the human condition, believe it or not. You
I'm
know.
convinced.
well, his Oatmeal comics, like they're
Great.
very wise.
Yeah.
So enjoy Exploding Kittens on Netflix. All right. I think we're done. Let's go to the after party, shall we?
You don't wanna
Tony,
do games?
games.
Oh, games, Tony.
He's got them ready this time.
Oh,
Sure do. Here they come.
Get ready for them.
Come on, internet.
I
There we
didn't
go.
think
What do you
yeah.
think the Poor Things game would be?
Oh,
It
Ooh.
would not. It would be an
I-
X-rated
it
game.
would be adults only rating.
It
AO.
would be the 21st century version of Leisure Suit Larry.
Exactly, except
Yeah.
worse. Let's see. Oh, there's Werewolf the Apocalypse, Purgatory, coming out on all the platforms. I don't know. F1 Manager. If you like the Formula One racing and you like spreadsheets, this is for you. You can manage a Formula One team.
All right,
You know,
all right.
Who doesn't want to
And you
do
can
that?
pay money to do that.
I know a guy in Pittsburgh who would love this game, but
See,
that's
exactly. There's a
I-
few people out there. That's really all that's worth mentioning.
it. Okay. All right. Well, then let's get to the after party, shall we? Thank you for joining us. If you want to join us in the after party, we just continue what we're doing now. Go to geekshowgotthiscovered.com and join us. It's right there. Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty. Anyway, live long and prosper, bitches.
Yeah.